Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. And thanks to all of you new subscribers who've just joined us recently. I'm just so impressed with you guys, and I just really appreciate your support. And if this is your first time, subscribe. All right, so the movie that I'm reviewing today is called Fatal, or some people say Fatale. Some people are even saying Fatale. Nobody knows how to pronounce this movie, including me. But anyway, after pushing the release date back several times because of COVID, and then after very little marketing, the movie actually is now available in movie theaters and will be available on video on demand starting January 8th. But is it worth racing out to the movie theaters to watch on the big screen? Not so much. Let me give you the scoop. I'll share with you the things I liked and didn't like, tips for parents in case they think their kids should watch this. They shouldn't. And some other stuff. So, first of all, the movie is rated R. It's an hour and 42 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a C plus. So, in a nutshell, Dion Taylor directs again another thriller, kind of like The Intruder, but this time starring two-time Academy Award winner Hilary Swank, and Michael Ealy is in it too. So, how does Dion Taylor get so many white people and award winning actors to play cray cray characters in his movies? I don't know. My big question is, when will people stop cheating? I hate that. All right, so let me give you some tips for parents. First of all, kids are going to be bored. This isn't a movie for kids. There are some profanity and F bombs. There are several scenes where you see people getting intimate. So you see lots of skin and some motion. There's bloody violence with guns and knives. And again, even some adults are going to be bored watching this. The themes that are introduced in the movie are temptation, infidelity, marriage, relationships in general. Some comments about how Black people are always assumed guilty, and kind of an introduction to cancel culture, although it's not explored really as much as it could have been, which would have made it a more interesting movie, I think, in my opinion. Choices and consequences, peer pressure, and greed and power. Now, there were some things that I did like about the movie. First of all, Hilary Swank. She looks beautiful and gives a fierce performance. Her character is just a crazy, cold hearted, and vicious woman. Yet, I was really happy to see that she's not portrayed kind of like a cartoon character with a laughing villain or something like that. She sort of appears normal, but she's definitely crazy because of all the things that she tries to do and does do. So she makes the movie fun and good. The movie also provides some fun moments of suspense. It's a thriller. There are lots of twists and turns that keep you guessing exactly what's going to happen next. And you're going to want to yell at the screen. It would have been super entertaining to watch this movie in a movie theater where you're surrounded with a bunch of people who are going, no, duh, that kind of thing. And I like that. I think if a movie can evoke emotion like that, that's a really good thing. But sometimes it's for the wrong reason because the movie is so terrible. People are laughing and screaming. And so it could go both ways for you. Now, there were lots of things that I didn't like about the movie. First of all, I'm always completely disgusted by infidelity. I have no tolerance for it. And the movie offers some Jerry Springer kind of garbage going on. And some people really love that. They eat it up, they thrive on it. And for me, I'm just like, dude, if you do that, you deserve everything that's coming your way. And for the girl as well. I mean, the women don't get off. It takes two people to tango. And I just am disgusted by both types of people that do that. But I won't get on my soap opera box. The movie itself is definitely not worth racing out to the theaters, exposing yourself to potential COVID, or paying the expensive box office ticket prices. So if you want to watch this movie, wait just a few more days and it'll be out on video on demand. I kind of honestly expected it to be more thrilling. It's advertised as a thriller. And like I said, there were a few moments where your heart kind of pumps and you're like, what's going to happen? But I guess I just was expecting more of a crazy thriller. Unfortunately, without Hilary Swank, there's not much to see here. We've seen it before and actually done better. In fact, there are plot holes that just don't make any sense. There's some narration at the beginning of the movie that's just super cheesy. And none of the characters are very relatable. Like I said, I didn't feel much sympathy for any of them because they caused their own problems. And the secondary characters are not very interesting either, mostly because we're not given that much information about them. And the few interactions we have with them just aren't that impressive to become invested in them. So I wasn't invested in any of the relationships. And I felt like the characters themselves didn't take their relationship seriously. So why should I, kind of a thing. Now, the title is definitely supposed to make you think about the award winning movie that's similar called Fatal Attraction, but this movie is not nearly as good. The musical score is really good in moments, but at other moments it's noticeably bad. So there was no consistency, which I thought was kind of odd. And then, other than a few moments, it's really not a very sexy movie, which it also advertises that it's going to be. There's no humor. And when I was done watching it, I just kind of felt like, nah. It's one of those meh movies. Now, when I watch movies, I always write down lines that are interesting, funny, intriguing, insightful. And I didn't write down anything that I thought was funny, but there were a couple of insightful lines. You can read all of them on my written movie review at moviereviewmom.com, but I'll share these with you right now. One is by Detective Valerie Quinlan, who's played by Hilary Swank, and she says, our actions have very serious repercussions, especially when you damage other people. Dun, dun, dun. And you'll have to watch the movie to decide if she's a hypocrite or not. She is. And then referencing that cancel culture, towards the end of the movie, a TV announcer says, we got to make sure we don't make someone guilty before they're not. And of course, the idea is that we never have all of the facts. People who are committing acts like this are liars and cheaters, and so you'll never really know the truth. So I suppose you could say a theme of the movie is truth as well. All right, and then there were some other comments that you can read on my website. So before I go, though, I want to give you some recommendations for other movies that I think you'll like if you like this one. Now, if you like the director, Deon Taylor, then check out The Intruder, because he did that movie as well, and you might get a kick out of it. Then, as I mentioned, there's Fatal Attraction, which is kind of a classic, which this movie basically is trying to copy in many ways. And then one that is very old that you may not have seen is called The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. And it also was an award-winning film. Okay, that's it for my movie review today. And if you would like to watch this movie on video on demand and get a free Amazon trial, then click on the link down below and it'll take you to a free 7-day trial link. So you can check out Amazon Prime, and sometimes the movies are free there when you're a Prime member, and sometimes they charge you extra. Because this is a new movie, they will charge you extra. Just saying. Anyway, if you watch this movie, I hope you enjoy it, and I will catch you in the next movie review. Bye for now.